Imagine your brain is a smartphone. Now, imagine opening 20 heavy, completely unoptimized apps all at once. The system just crashes.
Yeah, a total freeze.
Right. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're unpacking this really fascinating paradox from a recent HRDQ blog post by Bradford R. Glazer. It is titled, What Cognitive Load Theory Means for L&D in 2026.
A great read, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Our mission today is to figure out why, in an era where AI can build entire training courses in hours, all that abundance of content is actually causing our learners' brains to crash. Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, the smartphone RAM analogy you just used maps directly onto cognitive load theory, which is, a concept from the 1980s that defines the hard limit on what our working memory can actually hold. Think of this mental budget in three parts. First, you have intrinsic load.
Which is just the natural difficulty of the material, right?
Exactly. I mean, reading a complex balance sheet inherently takes more mental processing than, say, glancing at a simple calendar invite.
Yeah, and we can't really change that intrinsic difficulty. But the second type, extraneous load, is where things get super messy.
Oh, for sure. This is the confusing presentation.
Like unnecessary animations.
Yes. Or like a narrator reading the exact same text you are currently trying to read on the slide. It is just wasted mental effort.
Right.
Which then robs you of the third type, germane load. That is the good stuff, the necessary mental effort your brain uses to actively construct new knowledge.
Okay, so the problem the HRDQ post highlights is how AI has completely skewed this balance, right?
Yeah, because AI makes content creation so incredibly fast, teams are accidentally burying learners in extraneous load. There is just so much noise and fluff generated in seconds that there is literally zero cognitive space left for the germane load to function.
The actual learning.
Exactly. The actual learning just gets squeezed out entirely.
So wait, what does this all mean for microlearning? If our cognitive budget is so small, shouldn't simply slicing all that AI content into tiny micromodules solve the whole problem?
Well, you would think so. But slicing content up doesn't actually work if the brain cannot stitch it back together.
I see.
Yeah, the brain learns through schema building. It has to attach new information to known patterns. If you just hand someone a bunch of unconnected micromodules, you are forcing their brain to juggle incomplete, floating pieces of information. The mental strain is immense.
Oh, wow. It is like having all the puzzle pieces, but no picture on the box to guide you.
That is a perfect way to put it. And according to the post, this strain is not just a beginner problem. There is this concept called the expertise reversal effect.
Where less is actually more for experts.
Right. Think about it like being forced to play a slow, unskippable tutorial in a video game you have already mastered. Making a senior technician click through 14 beginner slides just to find one new update creates so much frustrating friction.
Pre-assessments and adaptive paths are pretty much essential there.
They really are. And then you add in the split attention effect.
Virtual training can be a disaster for that.
Oh, totally. Trying to watch a facilitator, read slides, monitor a chat panel, and read a PDF simultaneously.
You have completely drained the cognitive budget.
Completely. These are really just self-inflicted design failures at the end of the day. Organizations are prioritizing completion checklists over actual human capacity.
So if we are actively overloading our experts and crashing the system with split attention, how do we actually fix our training programs without starting entirely from scratch?
The post points to Van Marienbor's 4CID model. It relies on four integrated elements. First, you have learning tasks, which are your actual scenarios from day one.
Sort of the destination.
Right. Then supportive info, which acts as the map providing necessary background knowledge. Then procedural info, which is your in-the-moment help.
Like turn-by-turn directions.
Exactly. And finally, part task practice, the drills for second nature skills. You do not need a full redesign right away either.
Just an audit.
Yeah, the post suggests taking a ready-to-use starting point like HRDQ's reproducible training library and auditing just one program to see if it serves the learner rather than just serving the content map.
Here is where it gets really interesting. Good training is like well-designed scaffolding. It supports the worker exactly where they are rather than forcing everyone to climb the exact same ladder.
That is the core takeaway. True learning design respects the hard limits of working memory. We absolutely must shift our focus from what the content covers to what the human mind can actually hold.
We have to respect the RAM limit, or the system crashes. Which leaves you with this final thought. If AI's incredible speed is currently the primary cause of L&D content bloat and high extraneous load, how long until we start using AI not to create more content, but to ruthlessly edit and strip away the noise from the training we already have?